Hey guys, it's Cloudy. How are you all? My beloved and hated drama tropes video ended up being way too long, so we split it into two parts. Welcome to part 2 of the vlog. Thank you for sticking around if you watched part 1, and I hope you find something interesting in part 2 as well. Number 11 is giving first aid. People complain that this comes up a lot, but I personally really like it. Whether it's in a period drama where someone is tending to someone's fatal wounds, they're like bleeding, you get a glimpse of someone's handsome muscled chest, or if it's in like modern dramas where it's just, a paper cut or you got cut by glass and they're administering first aid with bandages from like a little box kit. I think it's like really cute and it's sort of an intimate moment for the main characters. Usually a lot of K-dramas make the girl into a protective princess position, but with the first aid trope, you could actually have the girl tending to the guy or the guy tending to the girl, and based on the drama or based on the story writing, you can have it go both ways. So I really like this trope because it allows both genders to approach it pretty equally. Number 12 is grandparent passes away. This often happens in slice of life dramas, or it happens pretty early on in typical dramas where something has to spur the main character into action or motivate them to change something about their life. I love the unique relationship between grandparents and grandchildren. I was pretty much raised by my grandmother when I was growing up, and I find myself really sympathizing with the characters when something like that happens. And also, if the grandma is like super cute and adorable throughout the entire series and then she passes away at the end, I will just bawl like crazy. I might not bawl when it comes to huge dramatic confession moments, but if someone's cute little grandma or grandpa passes away in a drama, I'm just like crying a river of like waterfall tears. Number 13 is the male lead is an asshole until he meets the female lead. I'm not a big fan of this drama trope because if someone is sort of a jerk to everyone else but only nice to you, that's a little bit of a red flag. And I understand if a lot of the drama is based off of like the male lead trying to change his ways, improve, or heal from some sort of trauma or baggage. But if he is an asshole to every single person except the main girl character, then he definitely has some sort of like flaw in his personality that you are not going to be able to fix. Like, it always seems like female main characters are able to change or fix the main guy character, but if he doesn't do the work and change for himself, that's not gonna work, and that's definitely not gonna work in real life, and he has to go to therapy. Speaking of red flag tropes, our next one is manipulative family or mother-in-law characters. I really dislike these because I always feel like if families truly care for their sons and daughters, they are gonna be accepting of whoever they choose as their partner. And a lot of times when it comes to rich families or table families, in Korean dramas, the families are not accepting if the main guy character decides to pair up with a poor female character. We also never get to see the opposite, where it's a rich chaebol female character with a regular guy character. Another reason why Queen of Tears is so awesome recently. I don't want to see any more manipulative family members because it's such a overused trope from the golden age of dramas, and it has been memed to the point of like kimchi slapping in the face. So I really think we have to get rid of the shallow perception of just hateful parents and sort of bring in more realistic takes on family relationships or parent-child relationships that a lot more people can relate to in the audience. Number 15 is ministers plotting in sageuks. A lot of times if there is a power struggle in a historical period drama, it's going to be between 1 or 2 ministers against the royal family or against the crown prince. There are only so many factions that exist inside court, and so a lot of times the minister will manipulate it so that his daughter or son is somewhat married into the royal family, and so he can curry favor with the royal family and in court. This happens quite a bit throughout history, but usually it doesn't get so out of hand. Always some evil ajashi grandpa that's like plotting against the main characters and creating a lot of like unnecessary scandal and drama and manipulation and backstabbing that I just do not need to see. Maybe I just have watched too many dramatic Chinese dramas where ministers go above and beyond with their evil schemes. Number 16 is the naive and clumsy female lead. A lot of times, the female main characters in dramas will be portrayed as very innocent, very naive, easy to trick, as opposed to the main guy character who's very grumpy or temperamental, or just other characters who are scheming or bad. Some people like the glorified female character, but more and more nowadays, people want to see more flawed and realistic characters. So I feel like we gotta put the girl next door, sweet and naive character on the shelf or on the back burner, and throw in some flawed traits that make her relatable to people and actually have issues that are similar to what people are dealing with in real life. The next one is one of my least favorite tropes of all time. It's called the noble idiot. This noble idiot crops up usually after the main characters have gotten together due to some external influence or some self-loathing, self-sacrificing mentality. One person decides to break up with their partner for that partner's own good. So basically I'm saying, oh, I'm not good enough for you. You deserve someone better. I gotta take myself out of the equation. Or I have to break up with you so you'll take that job overseas. Or I'm gonna break up with you so that I don't hurt you anymore. I hate the noble idiot. I've dealt with it actually in like a previous relationship, and I thought it was just so cowardly. If you're gonna break up with someone, just do it upright. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. If you want to be with someone, seize the opportunity. You got to be courageous, you got to be brave. And I want to see characters fight to be with each other in K-dramas rather than just give up and like walk away. So noble idiot is like the worst of the worst. You guys hate it, I hate it too. Totally agree with you. Number 18 is rain and umbrellas. If it's raining, most of the time someone will bring an umbrella to you while you're standing in the rain. Personally, for me, I check the weather every day before I go out. If it's raining, I got my own little umbrella in my purse. But most of the time in K-dramas, people just don't carry umbrellas around. Do I like it in K-dramas? Yes and no. Sometimes it can be very sweet and very simple. Other times people are like crying, screaming, kicking in the rain, and just like vomiting out their deepest emotions out in the rain. Because if it's raining and it's loud, people are shouting outside, you can't hear it because of the rain sound, and it becomes socially acceptable to have an argument in public. The rain gives us a lot of opportunities to have diverse kinds of conversations between the main characters. We're almost done. Next is slow motion moments. You know, in Korean dramas, when two people are about to kiss or they're having like an emotional moment, they make eye contact, we slow down, and for the next like 20 seconds, we just go back and forth between I'm staring at you, you're staring at me, slow motion is going, background music is playing, it's usually a ballad, there's like a yearning sort of eye contact. I usually just like fast forward because I gotta fast forward at least like 40 seconds before they walk towards each other to actually kiss, or before the slow motion stops and they go back to their regular life or routine. I think the slow motion is trying to highlight a lot of emotions that happens in the Korean drama, but I'm like really impatient, and somehow I don't have the time of day to like watch people stare at each other while I stare at them through a screen. So I end up like skipping through it. I know it's really bad because a lot of people are waiting for those emotional moments. I just can't. I need to get on with it. I gotta know what happens next in the drama. We got like 8 to 10 more episodes, like chop chop, we gotta move. And the last one is time skips that lead to forced separation. I don't like anything that separates the couple after they've gotten together. The third act conflict gives me so much anxiety, it raises my blood pressure. So any time where it's like 3 years later, 3 months later, in which case I have like so many questions, like what happened? Where have they been? Have they dated other people? Like, are they pining for each other? Did they video call? So whenever it's like a forced separation and time passes, there's just a lot of plot holes and I have a lot of questions. I'm not a fan of it at all. Don't separate my OTP without any good reason. Anyways, those were your most loved and hated drama tropes. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Which tropes do you guys hate? Which ones do you love? Which ones can you tolerate? I feel like for most of us, we have no choice but to tolerate a lot of these because it doesn't seem like K-dramas are gonna get rid of them at any time soon. Anyways, thank you for making it to the end of my vlog and listening to me rant about Korean dramas again. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!